And now, the worst streamer on the internet, Battery H.
Hey everybody, I'm back for more. And we are back with City Skylines. Yes, sir. That's what socks are for. Oh, sorry about that extra minute or so. My wife's friend decided today would be the perfect day if we could, dog sit for her. Because nothing else is going on. We're back for City Skylines, would you believe? And as soon as I click over here, yeah, there we go. Now you can see it. And we have the new Green Cities expansion. And, let's see here. I'm thinking we're going to go with City of Gardens here. And we'll call it Garden City. How about that? So the goals are to construct 10 different Parker Plaza buildings, 15,000 squares of organic and local produce specialization built, average citizen happiness over 85 and a population of over 50,000, or 30 game weeks. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll try the green power. What do we want to call a city name where we all green energy? Greenfields. That works for me. So we need a population of over 50,000, electricity production of 500 megawatts or more, 100% from renewable sources, have less than one money, or 100% of electricity production from polluting sources, or average ground pollution over 15% will give us an automatic fail. So let's give a look and see what we start off with, if anything. Okay, now something else has gone completely bonkers on me here. Okay, that's better. It's not the smooth running operation this stream normally is, but thanks everybody for coming out. For those of you who don't know what is going on, this is my Extra Life Marathon, where we raise money to help the sick and injured kids of Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Okay, so we want a city that runs only with green power and prove the naysayers wrong. This will be interesting to begin with, to say the least. Building roads to start our city. Well, see, the problem is you're not allowed to build much to begin with, so you kind of have to go with what you have. Well, we're going to try little challenges, yep. course, now that we've built that road, we can actually build real roads. Start zoning some residential, a little bit of commercial here. And then we'll get things started, just for laughs and giggles. Hey, we've unlocked the green energy achievement. Yay for us. Woohoo! So goals. Well, we've got 100% of our stuff. We've got 16 out of there, and all we need to do is get our population up, really. And never run out of money. That being the key. That being the key, never running out of money. We'll build that right there for now. And, of course, people now wish water. Isn't that awful convenient of them to ask for water at a time when we could provide it? More green energy. Now the only problem is, what are we going to do with the waste products? Wah, wah, wah. Well, there's a slightly, the upkeep on this thing is huge and the cost is massive. And then we're getting close to being out of money, but we've handled the very basicest of services. So there will be no ground waste. The problem is industrial zones. They really want to do good jobs. Caitlin. Caitlin Short. Okay, there it is. Your scream name was a little bit light for me to see in my ancient eyes. Welcome very much to, and hello. Yes, welcome and hello. Sorry I did not acknowledge you earlier. That is the problem with this game. Sometimes it digs me in so very, very deeply. Start to crank down our needs for water and electricity. Oh, we want way more electricity than we need. So we're not losing all kinds of money per week. Yes, I've noticed I can now zone industrial. I'm not happy about it. Got about another week here, and otherwise I think we're going to blow this already. Okay, so this is going to be more difficult than I thought. I guess getting started will be the hardest point of the game, I suspect. The problem is you've only got so much land that you can use. Let's do this. Yeah, I know, but that's kind of cheating, man. I'm just not... I just don't like doing it that way, you know? complaining about the lack of water, which I'm very hesitant to give them right now, because they're going to then complain about the lack of sewage. Okay. Well, we now have juice running. Population of 53 who isn't very happy. Imagine that. Oh, wait a minute. We're having a business, a tropical business. And for water, I think we're just going to start with the good old-fashioned who really thunk about it water tower. This would give me $6,000 to do that, or I can draw a line for $2,400. Be able to knock off those two towers and build in there some more. As we get our population start, well, they're happier. Now we're only down $449. Our first milestone is little hamlet will let us do taxes and loans once we reach 440 people, and then we can start building schools, landfills, and all sorts of wonderful stuff. that's better looking, I think. Okay, let's speed up time a little bit, I guess, eh? Okay, more electric needed. But we're actually on the positive side money-wise, which is awesome. So it's going to be a grow slowly as we do kind of thing. Build up some steam. From steam. My goodness gracious me. It's my electric stuff. That should be enough to eliminate the energy shortage. Okay. There's a demand for housing. Good. $244 apartment and rents are rising. Oh no. How to build the Belgium roundabout. You know, the problem is that roundabouts don't always work with heavy traffic here. One of the things is if you look in your special features, right, we can get roundabouts. But I need a bigger... I can even build 6-lane roads, you know? they need more workers. Should give me everything I need for water-wise still. And water availability is good. Electrical availability is good. And we're still running a surplus. Yay for us. We're going to want to speed up time a little bit more because we need to generate that surplus for a while. We're almost to 440, which is good. That'll let us start adjusting taxes. And doing some other wonderful stuff. Okay, as you can see, we're now going to take out loans, taxes, garbage, healthcare, and education, all new services. So recycling center, medical clinic, elementary school, and landfill sites. We're going to need to do all of those, unfortunately. And ain't none of them cheap. Oh my goodness. Taz roundabout? I heard about it, yeah. Again, still some need for some very large levels of housing here. But that's okay. I'm gonna keep the commercial lit. Oh, rain it is, rain it is. So we're well along our way. Solar updraft tower. Ooh. Geothermal power plant. megawatts. Okay, let's take a look at our budgetary gap again, and electricity starting to stress at just about the level. So we'll get a new tower online, and our electric problems should go away. Yes, plenty of power now. We're actually double capacity of what we need. We want more workers. We're going to want more education here shortly. And we look at that. Wrong button again. Wrong button again! An alternative to elementary school, 240 a week versus 160, and it's smaller. I wonder if the kids get a better education out of it, though, is the question, right? Or is it just because it's greener? But it uses less water and electricity. Excellent. Excellent. Things are looking up all the better. Well, that's cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, what's our next milestone here? We'll go from Little Hamlet to Worthy Village, where we can start doing districts, policies, loans, specializations. Start raising our taxes just a little bit to keep the money coming in. People want a nice city, they're gonna have to pay for it. Grow the city, they say. Grow the city. We need growth. New services. Yes, I know. We have all kinds of new services. But no parks yet. 1,400 for parks. So we'll get there eventually. How is everybody doing today? Please let me know if you're in here or lurking. Raising money for Children's Hospital in New Orleans. We've raised $768.32 to date. Out of a possible goal of $1,500. We're only $232 away from me having to dress up like a princess. I could almost hear your anticipation. There you go, now you got water. Quit complaining. More water and water availability available for all. Come along. Come along, pond. Our community school is doing quite nicely. 161 students and they're all receiving a fine education. Making life a happier place. BJ, I made it. That's really what it is. Now I've got one for the day cab on the PD 579. I have one for the super cab there, which is what you saw for the PD 759 or 579, pardon me. And those are the only two I have. Now I know I put up the big one at the Extra Life website on the in the forums. I actually put the skin in there, and if you load that into your mods folder, police station and firehouse, yay! Well, now I guess we're going to have to start protecting our citizens. I'm just saying, they'd probably appreciate it. I don't know why. But that's going to be the next thing they're going to demand is fire protection and police protection. Well, there's room for fire. I mean, but really, we don't have any crimes. The people are living in too happily and well adjusted. Traffic flow is good. Pollution is bad. Average ground pollution is 8%. And that concerns me. Because we can't allow it to get over 15%. So I think that's going to mean more commercial work. I think is what's gonna have to be here probably. Oh, what the heck? Now, let's see. Let's maybe make a district here, I guess. We could do that. We can call this, I don't know. look for it. Okay, cool. Stuff here. Power usage, water usage. These people still need workers. I don't believe it. Let's see what this will bring us now. Maybe enough stuff to start getting some parks and things set in there. That would be kind of cool, don't you think? There's something I'm going to do real quick though here. Bear with me just one moment, folks. Okay, that's better. For any of the Judgment members that might be popping in and around, I am going to be in general Discord. As we need to grab some more water from the well for these folks, I guess. We need more sewage room. We need to pump more water. Wait a minute, why is this showing? No, this should not be showing. No. News. We're already down on... Gotta push the power up. It's going to move our water availability to where it needs to be while still leaving us a small spattering left over for ourselves. Let's push up time a little bit. Try to gain some more money again as we continue to grow at an ever small pace. We're now a tiny town. We now have event policies. Policies to adjust the odds of organizing more successful events. Landscaping parks and plazas. Level 2 unique buildings, football stadiums, if we wish one. A smoking ban, a pet ban. Why would we have a pet ban? Parks and recreation, schools out, subsidized utes. Oh, okay. For the stadiums. Come one, come all. Public transportation is free on match days, blah, blah, blah. Match security. So pavement paths, bicycle paths, gravel paths, canals, parks, all kinds of parks. Institute for the Creative Arts, a very prestigious high school. Freshwater outlets, sports hall and gymnasium, small health benefit to the neighborhood. Landmarks, the boat museum, we can build that. A traffic park, a locomotive hall, tourism, leisure, football, level 1 stuff, the statue of shopping, we've done that before. Plaza of the Dead, we would have to do that again. Statue of Wealth, Meteorite Park, Bird and Bee Haven. If that would actually improve your health. 5,000 squares of self-sufficient building specialization. Okay, now what's going on here? We're actually getting crime now. Well, well, well. I see what you've done to me. Now has to face the justice. And then, hey, that's one thing I haven't remember. Where are we at with milestones? Boomtown, is it Boomtown? So I need 7,500 people in order to start zoning offices. Wow. Okay. So smoke detector distribution, we're going to go definitely with that. electrical. Now, I'm half tempted to build a coal power plant just to get my 40 watts of electricity to make the next giant leap, and until we get, you know, see, ground pollution is nice because I can spread out with more residential stuff, and apparently we are running short in the water category here. What's going on with my sewage treatment plants? Oh no. Maybe a little less at night. Or during the day, less at night kind of thing, you know? Might be a better use of our cash there. Metros and blimps and all kinds of wonderful things. These are specialization. Education boost. Actually, what we do need to do is we do need to build the stinking high school. We're going to need to probably get this up to about 40,000 before we can start building that, so I guess let's get some more folks in there. And we're going to do what I said. I think we're going to build the coal power plant here. what that's going to do is... That hurt a tremendous amount. Okay, now we're making money again, and that's what we need, is to make a lot of money. Oh, so while we're making money here, and things aren't killing me, I'm not seeing any alerts pop up. I do want to bring up sewage alerts popping up, electrical alerts popping up, never mind. I promised earlier that I would discuss today the happenings of Children's Hospital of New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. And I want to bring that up in part because we know why, so you understand another reason why I'm supporting Children's Hospital of New Orleans. But because I find it an incredibly interesting story. Okay, we can now have transport, taxi, bus, trams, all that kind of stuff, so we can start reducing some of the car pollution and stuff like that, which should also be a good thing. Of course, it will cost us money. I know the 32 cents hasn't gotten to anybody yet, Monscott. I'm hoping that someone's sense of proprietary will require them to give me something with 68 cents. Preferably a 168, so we get to those $5 numbers, you know. I know that would mean you would just end up throwing another donation that way, just to annoy people, but I'm all for it. In any event, during Hurricane Katrina, believe it or not, Children's Hospital functioned just like any other weather event that they have. They actually have a set of staff that operate under what's called Code Gray. And Code Gray means that there's a weather-related event anticipated. Okay, the minute this thing starts dropping. Okay, so when that weather event does get called into play, those doctors know that they come in and stay for the duration. And so when Katrina started, nobody expected anything. You know, it was going to be a bad hurricane. People knew that there was a possibility of high winds and whatnot, but there were some patients that couldn't be easily moved. They got all the patients discharged that they could discharge, and the patients and staff hunkered down and prepared for the worst. Now, where Children's Hospital is at is really kind of interesting. It's on what they call the sliver by the river, meaning that it borders the Mississippi River, but it's on a patch of high ground that kind of runs along the Mississippi. It's the same high ground that the French Quarter is actually built on. People wondered why the French Quarter didn't flood. The French Quarter actually exists above sea level. It's the parts out of that area, because the French weren't crazy enough to say, let's build a city where we can flood easily, right? All the lands around there did, which is also what made them such good productive farming land, which is why the city was built there. Okay, there's a fire. Where's my fire truck? So when the hurricane happened, they were doing well. Power went out, but their emergency generators kicked in. And then after the hurricane passed was when the actual levees broke. And they had everybody in place and they were functioning well. And when power went out and the levees broke and the pumps stopped, they started to incur some problems. The first thing that happened as the water started to flood a large part of the city was they got a call from University Hospital, or no, Charity Hospital, not University, Charity Hospital. Charity Hospital told them that they had a couple of very premature babies that were on ventilators and to keep them breathing. And they had just been born during the storm at the hospital, but with the power down and their generators not working because they were now underwater, was there any way that the hospital could come, children's come get them? Well, at that point, the area for University Hospital or Charity Hospital was under about 4.5 to 5 foot of water. There's low happiness in some parts of the city. Well, you know, we can fix that. And in any event, so what they did was they managed to find a fire engine, and they drove that fire engine through the rising waters as they got closer and closer to Charity Hospital, till the water was up at the bumpers and threatening to enter the engine compartment. After that, they actually got 2 small canoes that could fit 2 people, and they paddled over to Charity Hospital. They took the babies from Charity Hospital, where the children had been receiving ventilator services essentially by hand since power went out and the generators flooded. They proceeded to do CPR on the babies as they paddled back to the fire engine, continued to give CPR as they rode the fire engine back to Children's Hospital, and then put the babies on ventilators because they were powered up with their generators. The day after, 2 days after Katrina, it became readily apparent that the city was going to be evacuated completely. Sewer services had stopped, and this was the big point that was killing the hospital. They had, up to then, they had enough food, They had enough water, but unfortunately the toilets were not working and carrying away the waste products that they were developing. And so they decided to make plans to shut down the hospital. It was the first time in its history that Children's Hospital shut down. But to do that, they would have to evacuate the remainder of their patients and find a hospital and find a way to get them there, because at that point the federal government and state and local officials were busy rescuing people, remember, from houses still at this point, from the convention center and the Superdome, which had overflown with people, and the disastrous things that were happening there. So here's where CMN really comes into play, I think. They started calling other hospitals in the network and said, listen, we need to be able to get these people out of here, but we don't have any way to get them out of the city. Houston, Texas Children's Hospital in Houston, the same hospital that Tori was treated at, Tori Inman, came through and said, we'll arrange transport. We can take X number of patients. Chicago Children's sent an airplane to take some of the critically injured kids because they could get them there as quickly as possible. Nashville sent people and sent things. I think Tampa as well sent, and every single child was evacuated and made it to a destination hospital alive, with zero help from any government authority. And then, and only then, after every child reached another hospital, where the staff and doctors and nurses who stayed there released and went home to pack up what they could to get themselves out of the city. People say, why do you raise money for sick kids? I raise money for sick kids, and I raise money to help the doctors and nurses that are willing to do that kind of stuff. You know, they have families that needed to get out. They had property that they wanted to protect, and first and foremost came the sick kids in their minds. So, yeah, call me a little old-fashioned, I guess, but I just think you can't get that stuff, right? Well, there we go. Now we have an Institute of the Creative Arts, and our school levels and schooling should be improving drastically. And unfortunately, sooner or later, I'm eventually going to be out of good stories to tell about children's. Not because I'm afraid that they're going to sewer service is good. Our electricity is still very good. We're still making money. This is good. This is good. We will be able to expand some more. I think we should get some more commercial probably zoned in here a little bit. healthcare availability is awful. I see that. I see that, Doctor. Okay, I guess it's time to go whole hog and get us a healthcare, a medical clinic. I do like my simulators. I grew up on this stuff. What do you want me to say? Gramation Dryad! Thank you for the host. They are fun and compelling. I know some people find them different and difficult. We will need to do some dead care here, I guess, at some point. Traffic routes, public transportation. There we go, there's some more water. Alright, we're at the 2,700 person mark. Okay, well, we don't have, our pollution is up. We don't have a ton of people there yet, but we're getting better. We're about 5% of the way. That's a pretty good population. Policies. I was looking for services. This is services. I was looking for the one for recycling, recyclable. Yes, I know you need more workers. We're working on your workers. Oh yes, we're working on the workers. Hard to believe it's almost 2 o'clock. Smoke detectors. I think recycling and that will go a long way as well. Bit of a stub there. We're probably right on the ragged edge of electricity. Yes, usage, yes. That ought to get us into the electrical plus. Yes, it will. More importantly, now if we look at our goals, you'll see the percentage of electricity has jumped considerably. Keeping that ground pollution at 9%, I really would like to get that lower. Again, it's just a matter of slowly working our way up. We're 3111 to really what we need to get to is 7500, because that lets us build things like IT clusters. More importantly, at this one, I think we get 5,000. Do we get office? $7,500 for office zones. How's our education system doing? High school is holding its own. We're probably going to need to put another school in for the other kiddies. Vazio, thank you very much for the host, my friend. Welcome. yeah, we have to get the other kitties educated, I guess, and that number is only going to go up. But we do have the really cool schools. Let's check our traffic here. Too few services. Again, to get bus lines, we're going to have to do more. Skylines. Thank you. Pardon me. That was your first view of the Munchkin. She will be in tonight at midnight. Guest hosting for a couple of hours. Sexy new building tram depot. Did we tram depot? A little bit of acid reflux here today, guys. Sorry about that. Needed a quick drink. Oh my goodness. We are about wrapped up with this game for these hours. Can you believe that we are 6 hours in already? A quarter of the 24 hours is already gone. We're at $768.32. Anyone wishing to donate and knock that 32 cents off the board? There's been a challenge out there. I sincerely hope you're enjoying the stream as we continue to try to do this little bit, but we'll have to leave this for another stream. Trust me, there will be one. We'll have to come back and finish this park. Instead of the Ecto one, we'll call it the Eco one. Let's take a look at city statistics right now, just so we have an idea where we're at. There's our population. Notice we've never dipped below zero this time. The city budget has gone up steadily. That's good. See, now there we go. Employment rate hovering around 90%. Awesome. Well, there have been quite a few cyclists. That's a good sign. No disasters, no collapsed buildings, all that good stuff. Well, that is pretty cool. So we're going to go back to the main menu here while I go set this up. And it'll take just a minute. It is 5 minutes at 2 o'clock here in the afternoon. Next game up is going to be Transport Fever. Now, I've already started a game with the intention of this one. So we're going to be moving on to some more transport kind of stuff and see where we get with that. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Please don't run away. This is a 24-hour Extra Life marathon for me this year. I'll see you in a few moments.